Alright guys, HICCUP Horrendous Haddock the Third here. I don't really want to do everything in HICCUP's voice. Alright guys, all jokes aside, Plushy Dom here. And I just want to do a quick video on my first ever Comic-Con, Connecticon 2025. So, yeah, let's get into it. Now, before I begin, just the way I found out about the con. So, I was literally working on my costume a week before the con started. And I was wearing the shirt that I wear, just for the heck of it, I just put on the chest plate, just to do this video for some reason. Because literally, like, just last night, I put the Destroy Class symbol on the belt, so I just kind of wanted to show that off. Because I distinctly remember my dad asking, like, when is a Comic-Con? And I just said, I don't know, I think later in the summer. Then, literally the same night I checked, same week, it's gonna be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I immediately bought a ticket for Friday. So I did everything in my power to get my costume done. The thing holding me back was the arm guards for HICCUP's little arm guard. I think they're right, yeah, they're right here. So one has the dagger and one has the compass. And I originally just had strings wrapped around it and they could just wrap around my arms, but they really like to slip off. So the day of the convention, I just said, whatever, just tape them onto my arms. And then literally driving there, I realized I could have put Velcro on them. And actually, again, just last night, I put Velcro on both of them. So, and there's Velcro on the green shirt as well. So, yeah, that's good to go for the next convention I go to. So I get there, and it's actually the same convention building that I went to Retro World 2 or 3 years ago. So, yeah, I kind of already knew it. And when I got there, there's so many people at the front, like every character imaginable. But, yeah. Then, quickly realized since I pre-registered, I had to get into a line that's in the garage, so. And it was stupidly long. But surprisingly, it was going pretty quick. So, throughout the con, and especially at the beginning, I kind of had a habit of doing HICCUP's voice whenever somebody stopped me to say they liked my costume. As I was going to the back of the line, there was this girl that just screamed, "HICCUP!" And I just did the voice, like, yeah, I think Toothless is around here somewhere. And I just heard, like, the biggest, happiest scream. Oh my god. So, once I got in and everything, it was surprisingly well air-conditioned, because that was one of the things I was concerned about, because if you guys see my entire costume, it's all these layers. It's a hiking boot, a motorcycle boot, green pants, a green long sleeve shirt, a brown short sleeve over it, this, 2 arm guards, and sometimes the helmet. Surprisingly, it was very well air conditioned. I was barely sweating, but yeah. So believe it or not, my first priority was to find all the voice actors and like celebrity guests that were there that I wanted to meet. It was Jason Griffith, Pete Capella, Lisa Ortiz, and Nostalgia Critic. So I walked around the whole convention, and I could not find where they all were. I'm like, okay, the website was lying. But then I saw there was another big room next to it, and they're all in there. So I found Jason, Pete, and Lisa. Jason's line was stupidly long, but surprisingly, Pete and Lisa weren't that long. So I got in line for Pete, met him. Super nice guy. So, yeah, it was super cool to meet him. Then got in line for Lisa, I got a picture with Pete, and I got a picture with Lisa, and I talked to her for a bit, and because she is my favorite voice actress that voiced Amy, and like she just did the voice for me, and it's just, dude, I was so happy. Then Jason's line was still long, so went and looked for the Nostalgia Critic, found him, super nice guy. I just said to him, I've been watching the show since I was like in middle school. It was super amazing, like, to meet him, and just thank him for all the work he'd done. I mean, what else are you supposed to say to a guy that you've been watching their work since you were a kid? But yeah, so got it out of the way, and I figured after I was done walking around the con, if Jason's line was shorter, I could go meet him. So yeah. So honestly, right off the bat, my favorite part about going to Comic-Con ever is just to see everybody's costume. Like, there could be a girl just wearing like a headband with ears, or there could be a guy in like a whole like fully customized suit like you don't know, and it just makes your mind boggle. But yeah, so I'm walking around and I actually meet a girl, and here's the thing that I like kind of really noticed about Comic-Con is that you don't really know each other's names. It's kind of like how dads it's kind of like how dads just kind of hang out at the grill and just like know you're one of them and not know each other's names. That's kind of the vibe that I got there. So I talked to her for a little bit, and it's actually how I found out that like a lot of people just change their costumes they attend all days, just change their costume like every single day. So she was Raven, and I didn't catch her name, but she was Raven. The reason she stopped me because the next day she was gonna be HICCUP in his outfit from the first movie. So we were talking for a bit. She asked me how I liked the live action one. I loved it, and yeah, we took a picture and everything. Yeah, she was super nice. Then another girl and her boyfriend came up to me. I was just walking through like all the vendors and stuff, and she just kind of tapped my shoulders like, "Can I take a picture with you, please? Like, I love your costume." So yeah, I took a picture with her. I didn't get her name either, but yeah, she was super nice. Then at that point, I actually did go and look at the vendors, and there was actually one there that was ran by one of the guys in my local video game store. So basically, he was helping his friend run it, and he's like, "It's like I'm good friends with this kid. You just come to it when you can, and just to get the only thing I got the booth out of the way, Star Fox 64." Do a barrel roll. So that's all I got at that booth. Went to this other booth that had a bunch of video games, and surprisingly a lot of Game Boy games, and these are the ones I got. I got Contra Operation C. Wario Land 3. And Wario Land 4, which over the course of me owning it, this is honestly one of my favorite GBA games. This game is a lot of fun. So, got a deal on those. And then the final game that I got there was actually a video game store chain that I go to there. It was their booth at the con. There's one on the border of Connecticut and then one on the Mass border. And it's actually a pretty cool store. So only bought one game from them, and it's Super Princess Peach, so I guys saw in the last video. Complete. So the main two reasons I got this: A, I've been looking for this game for a long time, and B, it was surprisingly cheaper than it normally goes for. I think it was like 50, but then it goes for about 70. So absolutely. Then another group of girls stopped me. I was going through this booth that had like a bunch of swords and daggers and stuff. I was kind of trying to find one that looked like HICCUPs. But then when I went through, one of them just said, "HICCUP!" I just started doing the voice, like, "Yeah, your toadstool's around here somewhere." So I started talking to them. They asked me how pretty much everybody who stopped me to say that like my costume pretty much asked me how I like the live action one. And just to let you guys know, I did. So I talked to them for a bit, and I actually kind of convinced one of them to see the live action because she was kind of skeptical about seeing it. I said I really liked it, and she said, "You go see it." Then I was out in the courtyard, and this another girl and her boyfriend like stopped me, and like they started talking to me like I was HICCUP. So of course I started doing the voice like, "Yeah, Asher doesn't really like going to these things. Yeah, they don't really allow dragons, so Childers kind of had to stay behind." So they took a picture of my costume and everything. But yeah, as you guys can see, I would love to play HICCUP in something. Actually, just get the last two things I got out of the way. There was this booth with like a bunch of like 3D printed like skeleton things. I don't really know how to describe them. Like, let's show you guys. And there was just a whole bunch of characters and stuff. And that was a little toothless. It was only $3. There's a little tail and everything. So, like I said, skeleton 3D print. I don't know what these things are called. They like keep popping up every now and then on like flea markets and stuff. But it was cheap. I had to go for it. I mean, come on. It'll shock you guys in every way possible. I only bought one plush, and it's this Goofy Slimer. It was like $5, and I kind of had to get him. He's just too funny. I'm gonna use him for a certain video, but yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. So after everything was all said and done, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to meet Jason. I think his line was longer than the last time I saw it. So, and I was on kind of a time crunch, and honestly, since he does conventions a lot, I wasn't really that mad about it. So, yeah, I wasn't really disappointed at all. I mean, I got to meet my favorite actress that voiced Amy. I got to meet Pete Capella. I got to meet the Nostalgia Critic. Like, dude. But, yeah, I actually was kind of debating on going the next day, but, I was kind of flat broke. I kind of wish I did, because, not only the girl was going to be HICCUP, but then I found out, like, one of my friends was going on Saturday. One of my friends from school was going on Saturday. Because I posted it, and she was like, I'm going on Saturday. I'm like, dude. So, yeah, I think that's everything about it. So, yeah, it's Comic-Con, so I can see why people do it. It's just kind of fun. Just my favorite part about going is, like I said at the beginning of the video, is just seeing everybody's costumes. But yeah, it's definitely like a once, maybe twice a year thing. But yeah, I had fun. I'm definitely going to go to more in the future. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So bye. See you guys later.